Hey, everybody.
I'm Steph.
I'm Michael
And today we're checking out Compile.
from Greater Than Games. This game plays exactly 2 players, and according to BGG, this game plays in approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Try as I might, I can't find anywhere on the box or on the rules that says what the playtime is, so I resort to BGG to find that. Hey, if you're looking for this on BGG and you search for Compile, it's listed as Compile Main 1. So, Compile Main 1. I'm assuming they're going to have more sets, which is fantastic because this game is super fun as it is.
Yeah, there's already like a booster set out there and maybe even a game mat. So I anticipate this could grow into a bigger game because we're going to teach you the rules, but there's a lot of ways it could, in my opinion.
Right.
Based on what they're doing here. So that's really cool.
Right, I agree. So, thanks to Flat River Group for providing us this copy of Compile, but they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. Thanks, Danny. So, let's go ahead and play. Check this out while I teach you all the rules. Now, I gotta say, the artwork is fantastic.
I love it. It's
Look at this.
Beautiful.
So, Cosmic Beat said, nailed the timing.
Yay!
So, each of these are protocols, and we are going to draft these protocols. The youngest player will draft first, taking one protocol from the group and putting it in front of them. Steph is going to take the one with the rainbows on it. It's the light. I mean, look at this.
It's the light deck. It's so beautiful. I love it so much.
So if it's got rainbows on it, Steph wants it.
Well, yes.
So I got to say, these cards have a metallic, all of these little metallic lines. The camera's not picking it up as good as it really looks, because these little metallic lines really shine.
It's like almost a plasticky kind of card.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really nice.
These, I don't know if you can hear it, but these are plasticky cards that, I mean, it'd probably be hard to rip, I would say.
Yeah.
Each of these protocols has...
That's a life.
There's a life in there. Each of these protocols has 6 cards. And so Steph is going to take the main card and the 6 cards that go with it. Then I am going to draft 2. Then Steph will draft 2, and I will draft my final 1. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. We have played this before, but she played all of the pretty colors, and I played all of the bluish colors. I think I'm going to try something completely different. So
they kind of tell you what they have on these cards.
This says forced discard and flip. This says discard for effect. This one says prevent, draw, and flip. It also says hardened against all, slow death from within, quicken with every step. So it's sort of cool. Nothing shall survive.
Wow.
You know what? I will take metal just to be different. And, oh, I need to take 2. What is darkness?
Yes.
Draw, shift, manipulate. And metal and darkness.
I'll take psychic.
And?
Spirit. Last time I had fire and life and light, so I'll try different things.
And I will play...
So then you're going to shuffle all these together.
Yes, shuffle all of the cards together except for these normal protocol cards. I think I have things that draw with both of these.
Yeah, so maybe not draw.
Well, most of these tend to have draw. Return, draw, flip, discard for effect.
I didn't need, or I had life, I think. Life allowed me to draw.
Yeah.
But the other ones I don't think did. Oh, maybe. I didn't feel like I was drawing a whole lot.
Plague. Metal, darkness, plague. Take the rest of them and send them to the box. We are going to take these No, wrong way.
Okay.
I guess you could place them that way, but I anticipated placing them this direction.
That's fine. This way, whatever way.
So you're going to place yours on this side?
Yeah.
All right. Let's put these more in the middle. Then I will place mine like this. Oh no, darkness and light. Got to put them opposite. So take the rest of your cards and shuffle them together. Now you will notice that each of these cards has a top section, a middle section, and a bottom section. Excuse me. All of these need to be on the loading side right here. Make sure they all say loading. On your turn, Steph will be the first to play, and this control card will just start in a neutral position. Look how shiny.
It's so pretty.
It's really cool. So, in a neutral position means I'm just going to put it off to the side. On your turn, you can play one card from your hand into a line on your side of the field. This is a line, this is a line, and this is a line. This is my side of the field. This is Steph's side of the field. So, when you play a card from your hand, I should mention, you're going to draw your starting hand of 5 cards. You can go ahead and do that. Notice that Steph's cards all have a 2 on the back. That's because on your turn, you can play a card face up or face down. If it's played face down, you can play it into any line with a strength of 2. If you play it face up, it must go into the line where it matches. So I would have to play this underneath my plague protocol. Then I'm going to resolve any active effects of the card. The active effects it's the middle part of the card. There's also passive text, which is the top and bottom boxes of the card. And you might ask, why would there be passive text on both the top and the bottom? That's because when I play my next card, on top of that, I will cover up everything except the top line. These effects will no longer affect anything. But you'll notice, now I've got plague here. And then when I play my next plague card, hey, look, was on top, so it's still going to take effect. So, playing a card from your hand into one of these lines is one of the actions that you can do. Let me back up just a split second. When you do your turn, first your turn starts and you'll activate anything that says start on it. Then you're going to check control. If you have a higher value than your opponent in at least 2 lines, you're going to get this control component. Then you're going to check to see whether you can compile one of your lines. If you meet the conditions for compiling, you must compile, and this is your only action for the turn. If you don't compile, then you do an action, which is playing a card from your hand. Or, alternatively, you can refresh your hand. If you don't have any cards in your hand, you must refresh. And refresh is drawing up to 5 cards in hand. If you had 2 or 3 cards, you could refresh then. Let's say these are not helpful right now. I could draw up to 5 cards, but that's my entire turn. Then you're going to check your cache. If you have more than 5 cards in hand, you have to clear your cache, meaning you discard down to 5 cards. Then finally, your turn ends. If you have any effects that say end, you are going to activate those at that time. So, I did mention that if you are ahead in 2 of these lines, you can take the control component. When you refresh, if you have the control component, you can rearrange one player's protocols on their side before you refresh. You could arrange yours or your opponent's. Then the control component goes back to the neutral state. Now, keep in mind that I'm just changing the protocols. I'm not changing any cards on her side or my side of the line, unless a card says to do it. So, now I did mention compile. In order to compile, compiling is how you win the game, by the way, you need to have 10 points or greater in your side of a line. And the value must be greater than your opponent's side of the line. If both of those is true, then you have to compile that line. Delete all your cards on your side of the line. What does delete mean? It means just discard them to your discard pile. Or it's also called your trash. Your trash is your discard pile. You also delete all of your opponent's cards on their side of that line. Then you flip your protocol to the compiled side. This is good for me. So let's say I met the value on this line and this line. I can only compile one of these two lines in a turn. I have to save the other one till my next turn, assuming I still meet the criteria for compiling this line. So if I compile this line a second time after it's already compiled and I stack up enough cards to compile this again, all of these lines are deleted like normal, but instead of flipping your protocol card, you draw one card from the top of your opponent's deck. That's pretty nasty considering she only has 18 cards to begin with.
Yeah. I didn't want it.
When you compile, if you have the control component, you can, as I mentioned before, rearrange one player's protocols on their side of the field. Maybe to make things more advantageous for myself. But remember, I'm not flipping over any of the related cards. Then this goes back to neutral. The first player to flip all 3 of their protocol cards to the compiled side wins the game. Anytime you have cards like so, let's say I played this 5 and then I played this 2 later on. If Steph wanted to flip this card, notice it's covered up by this 2 card. Total 7 points of plague. She's like, I don't like that 5. I want to flip it over to a 2. She does not have access to it because it's covered up. It's protected. Unless she has a card that says all cards or covered cards. If she does, she may very well have a way to flip this over to the 2 side. She probably wants to do that. So it's important to keep that in mind. Anytime that text is active and it's covered up or flipped or removed, it's no longer active, even if there was more text on that line. Let's say that this thing says discard 1 or more cards, and I discard this card. Well, I'm not able to discard this card, but let's say I was able to remove this card somehow because of that line of text. Whatever was on that line of text, it doesn't matter anymore because I'm no longer able to do that. This card is from hand, but I'm saying if there was an effect that would make me discard that, I don't read the rest of the text. There are also a bunch of other key terms like flip or refresh or return or shift. Shifting is moving things over. Anytime you have a question as to what a keyword means, it's a super easy reference that tells you exactly what to do. That is fairly easy rules. It's very similar to a game from Arcane Wonders called Air, Land, and Sea. Matter of fact, it was so similar, we checked to see, is this the same designer? Mm-hmm. And it is not. Air, Land, and Sea has values from 0 to 6 on this side and always 2 on the back side. And we're like, that's pretty interesting that it looks very similar in mechanics.
Different here.
But the goal is completely different.
And the cards are different. But, all right, so I do something?
Yes, so going through all the steps, do your start things. nothing. Check control, nothing. Check compile, obviously nothing. Then you can do your action or refresh. So Steph is going to play sort of backwards. She will shift things up and play on top.
Just so everybody can see.
So the top line says your opponent can only play cards face down. At the start of her turn, she must flip that card.
Yep. That's what's up.
That's what's up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'm going to look.
So you have to play face up into the region it's supposed to go to, or you can place face down
Anywhere. That is true. The creator might have gotten inspired by them for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go metal. Just like that.
All right, so start of my turn.
Okay.
I have to flip this.
Yep, that's true.
And then I'm going to play in the light category.
Draw 2 cards. Reveal 1 face down card. You may shift or flip that card. She reveals. That's flipping.
Yeah.
She reveals. Behold, she can shift or flip it.
I'm going to
flip it. So it is now flipped. I can only play cards face down. And at the start, I can flip that card. Now, unlike some other games, when things are revealed, if they have passive effects, they do immediately happen. But this active effect never happens on a reveal. So keep that in mind. I don't like these. All right. Another one face down. Boom. Yeah. How about that?
Start.
Flip.
I got more light.
All right. Flip 1 card. Draw cards equal to that card's value. The card's value is 1. Draw 1. And guess what? I'm going to play face down.
Yeah. That's what I like.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do something here.
What?
No, you don't have to.
No.
Oh, wait. I'm going to keep this. I like this. There we go.
Flip this card.
Flip it over.
All right.
Get something that flips it up again? You do have flip and flip. You got a lot of flip. You got a lot of flip and flips, what you got.
Don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. Hmm.
4. On end, you may return one of your opponent's cards. If you do, flip this card.
Let's do it. Return that card.
Which card?
This one.
I don't think you can. It's covered.
Then this one.
That we can return. Look at that and see if it says all or any or covered. And it doesn't say from any of them. It says you may return 1 and it's covered. So no, you couldn't. So are you done?
Sure.
All right. You got 4 cards? Crazy.
That sounds delicious.
You can't play cards face down in this line. You can't play cards face down in this line.
Okay, that's
You know what I said?
Yeah.
You can't play cards face down in this line.
I can play them face up.
Yeah, sure.
I can play any can play cards in any line.
Cool, but draw 2 cards.
Yep.
At start, either discard 1 card or flip this card,
Yep.
which is not playing one face down. It's
Right.
already there. After you discard cards, you discard a card. After you discard cards, I draw a card.
I put it in the wrong one. Sorry.
Well, that makes a difference.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, fine. I'll still do it. Discard a card.
No, I don't want to.
And then I draw a card because you've discarded a card.
Yeah.
You.
Discarding this. Beep boop. But now I can play in any line.
Discard 1 card or flip this card.
I can't play in any line. I'll just flip this card.
You did not discard any cards, so I do not draw a card.
Wow, I don't know what to do. Psychic. Your opponent discards 2 cards. Rearrange their protocols.
Yay. Even better. I do this.
And then I go.
How about you go?
Discard a card. It is discard a card.
You discarded a card? I draw one. How about that? I need to see a term. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, technically, at the start of my turn, I had 2 more than I had 2 things that were more than you.
Okay.
So I would get that, right?
If you claimed it, yes.
Oh. I don't know, I forgot.
Okay.
Don't really know what it does, but sure.
Okay, so let's go over that again. When you compile or refresh, if you have that, you can get rid of it to rearrange one player's protocols on their side of the field. One player's meaning you or me.
Yeah. Okay.
Flip each other face up card. Flip each other face up card. I'm going to look. Each other. I don't know. That I'm not sure. That's a little. If nothing else can, then I know this can, and this can, and this can. And fine, this can stay up. It doesn't matter. It says each. It's I'm a little unsure. In any case, you'd no longer have 11 here. So you ain't going to be compiling, that's for sure.